Hi, welcome to the Pilates Evolution YouTube channel. I'm Bonnie. I'm so excited to have you join me today for the second video in our Pilates for Beginners intro series. In the first video, we looked at some Pilates basics, and today we're going to build on that to increase your strength and your flexibility. Please remember that if any exercise doesn't feel comfortable for your body, that you adjust, maybe do a smaller movement, or even rather sit that one out and join in on the next one. I'll see you on your mat. So we're going to take a seat at the bottom of our mat, sitting straight and tall, and place our hands behind the thighs. Breathe in. As you exhale, you're going to roll the pelvis back and you're going to draw your tummy back towards your spine, and then place your hands down and carefully lay down on your back. From there, we want to adjust. We want to have the shoulders nice and square, the pelvis nice and square. We want our tailbone heavy on the mat. And then it's always so important to keep that hip to rib connection. So instead of flaring the ribs and arching our back, we breathe in, exhale, slide the ribs down towards your hips. And we want to keep that. We're going to hold that because that stabilizes our pelvis and hips. From there, we reach our arms long and straight next to us, and we're going to be having a look at our breathing again. So we inhale through the nose as we reach the arms up and back. We exhale, bring the arms down next to us in line with the seams of our t-shirt. Inhale to reach back, and you want to keep the ribs reaching towards the hips so that the lower back doesn't arch while we do these. Of course, while we're doing this, we want to bring our focus to the mat. So instead of concentrating on all those chores you need to do, we want to really focus and connect to our bodies. We're going to do one last one, reaching back, bringing the arms up and over, and then we're going to add on. So we reach the arms back, and this time we place one hand behind our head, and we gently rest the head in our hand. So here we want to really support the neck. So the back of the head is pressing gently into the hand. The elbow is reaching slightly up to the ceiling. We breathe in. As you exhale, you're going to initiate from the ribs. Lift the head and chest as you reach the arm down next to you, and then we take it back again. And we bring that arm up and over, reach as you lift the head and chest, and then we lower. Now we place that hand behind our head, we reach the opposite arm back. Breathe in. As you exhale, initiate from the ribs, lift the head and chest as you bring the arm up and over. Inhale to reach back. And we're going to do just one more of these. Bring the arm up and over, lift nice and high, and then take it back again. Bring the hand behind your head. So we're now interlacing our fingers with the thumbs down the nape of our neck and the pointer fingers are at the base of our skull. And then we look up to the ceiling and lift our elbows so that the elbows are in our peripheral vision. And we're doing this so that we can support our head and neck, especially for those of you who struggle or find your neck getting sore with chest lifts. Inhale there. As you exhale, come up into a chest lift and then control it down again. Remember that the middle of the body is drawing you up rather than you pulling on the head and neck. We were doing two more like that. And one last one coming up. Now I'm going to lift a little bit higher there. Come up, up, up. And then we take it down again. Well done. From there, we breathe in. As you exhale, you lift into your chest lift. Then you breathe in. Exhale, rotate the upper body to your right. Inhale to the center. Now it's important with these that you don't go too far over. We come back to center and we take it down. We merely want to move from one shoulder blade to the other. So you breathe in, exhale to come up again. This time we go to the left first. Come back to the center. The hands are supporting our head as we rotate to the right. Come back to the center, and if you can, lift a little bit higher and then take it down. Well done. Those are quite hard. From there, we're going to bring the arms back down next to the body again. We're going to open our chest nice and wide. So we're going to move on to our pelvic tilts. So we learned in video 1 that we want the tailbone heavy with a little bit of space under the lower back. We breathe in to prepare, and as you exhale, you roll your hip bones back. Now, although this looks very easy, there are quite a few people who really struggle with this, especially if their lower back is tight. So I want you to picture a marble at your pubic bone, and as you roll the pelvis back, think of that marble rolling to your belly button. And then as you release, the marble returns to your pubic bone. And if you can just visualize that, that helps you to get that pelvic tilt. We want the tummy to drop back with the spine. So often we use the tummy to push out and try and pull the pelvis back, but we don't want to do that. We're going to do 2 more today. So we're rolling back bone by bone, settling the back down into the mat. It's just a gentle movement, and then we release. And now we're going to add on to that. So we sink the spine on our exhale and we roll up just halfway. Breathe in and then exhale. Think of keeping the hips still, and you're going to start coming down from between the shoulder blades. So the ribs are coming down first. You roll down vertebra by vertebra and then release all the way till the tailbone is heavy on the mat again. Breathe in, exhale, roll back. Exhale, roll up halfway. Breathe in there. As you exhale, roll it down again. Now, if you've had a spinal fusion, you don't want to do this tucking and rolling movement. You rather want to just hinge up, and you will still be strengthening the back of the thighs. You'll still be strengthening the buttocks. You just won't be getting that spinal articulation, but you can use other ways to do that. Good. So we're going to do 2 more like that. We exhale to sink the spine. We peel up, roll up halfway, and then we slowly roll it down again, vertebra by vertebra. We're relaxing the neck, relaxing the shoulders. Often they want to tense up, the shoulders want to help. We are going to keep them nice and relaxed. Now we're going to add on, and we're just going to do 3 bridges if you feel that your body's comfortable with that. So we start exactly the same way, and this time we roll it up, lifting the hips to the ceiling. And what we want to avoid here is flaring the ribs and arching the back. So we are just thinking of keeping those ribs drawing down towards the hips. And then we roll down vertebra by vertebra. You're taking your time, especially when you're a beginner and your back is quite stiff. The slower you go, the more movement you're going to get through the spine. So we peel away, we roll it up, the ribs close at the top. The other thing we need to look out for here is that the knees often want to open out, and so we want to keep them pointing straight up to the ceiling. Last one, we sink the spine, we peel away, we roll the pelvis up again. This time we're going to hold it there. We float the arms up and over, we bring them back next to the body. Just 2 more of these, and we're really feeling the work through the back of the thighs and the buttocks as we hold this bridge. And then we slowly roll all the way down again and settle back to neutral. Well done. From there, we're going to open the arms out to the sides. And you can take this to a position that's comfortable for you. We're just going to drop the hips and knees over to one side and then come up and over, drop the hips and knees to the other side, just to release the back after that work that we've done. And coming up and over again, and then settle back in the center. Well done. You have done so well this far. We're now going to move on to core strength. So you're going to reach the arms next to you long and straight, and with the chest nice and wide. We want the tailbone heavy on the mat. With just that small space under the lower back, breathe in. As you exhale, you float the right leg up to that 90-degree angle. Inhale there. As you exhale, you want to hold with your abdominals and then lower the foot down. Breathe in. Exhale. The left leg floats up. Inhale there. Exhale, place the foot down. Breathe in. Exhale, the right leg floats up. And what you want to focus on here is that the pelvis stays nice and still. Breathe in. Exhale, place the foot down. So we don't want the hip dropping to the side as the leg comes up. So the right hip holds back as the left knee lifts, and we lower. And now your left hip holds back as the right leg floats up. And we take it down again. We're going to do one last one like this. We're relaxing the neck and shoulders, and the tummy is holding. Place the foot down. Now we're going to add on to that. Progress a little. So you breathe in, exhale, roll the pelvis back, and gently press your lower back into the mat. Breathe in as you exhale, float the right leg up to that 90-degree angle again. Inhale there as you exhale, lower, tap the toe on the mat. Breathe in, exhale, float it up again. Inhale, exhale, lower, tap the toe for 2. Breathe in, exhale, float up. Now we want the lower back still gently pressing into the mat and the tummy to hold as the leg moves freely in the hip joint. We place the foot down. Gently press the lower back down. Breathe in, exhale, the left leg floats up. Inhale there as you exhale, lower, tap the toe. Breathe in, exhale, float it up again. And we're focusing now on that hip disassociation, where the thigh bone moves freely in the hip socket while the pelvis stays nice and still. Last one, float it up, and then place the foot down. Now we're going to gently press the lower back down. Often it lifts off, so we want to keep it down, and we're going to add on. So for this one, we breathe in as you exhale, float the leg up. Inhale there, exhale, extend the leg so that it reaches out long and straight. Breathe in as you bend the knee. Exhale, reach for 2. Inhale to draw back in. Exhale, reach for 3. And again, you want the opposite hip bone holding back as the leg moves. We place the foot down. Inhale there, exhale, float the left leg up. Breathe in, exhale, extend the leg. Now, of course, if this pulls into your lower back, if you're feeling that your lower back is uncomfortable, then you can take the leg higher, and that will take some of the pressure off. Last one, we reach out, bend the knee, lower the foot down. Well done. I'm sure you felt the lower tummy muscles working with those. From there, we're going to roll onto our side for our side work. So we're going to lie on a long straight arm with our shoulders stacked, our hips stacked, and we want that space under the waist. So to achieve that, often we kind of drop it down. So you're going to just reach that top hip away from you a little. Our feet are in line with our buttocks. Our eye line is straight ahead. Breathe in as you exhale, lift the knee, and then today we're going to reach the leg out long and straight, bend the knee, and place it down. Breathe in, exhale, lift, and extend. Bend the knee, and place it down. Now we want to feel that work in the buttock, especially along the side here, which is your glute medius muscle. And that muscle is so important for stability of the pelvis. And also, surprisingly, it helps to keep the knee straight. So if you find that when you're walking, your knee keeps turning inwards, sometimes that can be because the glute medius is not holding like it should. It's not activating as it should. So we're going to hold it there now, and we're going to circle forward. Just little circles. You want them nice and smooth. And we go for 4, 5, and 6. And then we're going to go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then bend the knee and place it down again. Now we want to give the glute a little stretch after that work. So we're going to drop the knee forward and just hold it there, stretching the side of the hip and the buttock out. Now we're going to sit up, and we're going to bring the legs around, and then we're laying down to do the same on the other side. So we're laying down on our side, ideally a long straight arm, but if that's not comfortable for your shoulder, you can also bend the elbow in. We have our shoulders stacked, our hips stacked. We have the top hip reaching away a little. We're lying as if there's a wall behind our back, and we also have our feet against that wall. Breathe in to prepare. As you exhale, you lift the leg just to hip height. Extend the leg long and straight. Bend the knee in and lower. While we're doing these, we're focusing on keeping the pelvis absolutely still. And we are going to make sure that we're not rolling the top hip back. We want this hip to stay in place. And we're going to bend the knee and lower. We lift for 3 and reach. Bend the knee and lower. Lift for 4, extend. Bend the knee and lower. We've got 2 more. We lift for 5 and reach. Bend the knee and take it down. Last one, we lift and reach, and now we're going to hold. Make sure the pelvis is stable, and then we do our circles. Again, we're looking for free movement in the hip joint. We circle for 4, 5, 6. So what that means is we want the pelvis to stay still as the leg moves freely. 3, 4, 5, 6. Bend the knee, lower the leg. And now we bring that knee forward, drop it down on the mat, and stretch the glute out again. From there, we're going to come up into a seated position. We're going to sit with the legs crossed, but if that's not comfortable for you, you can reach the legs out long and straight in front of you, or you can even sit on a cushion or a yoga block. We're reaching the arms out to the sides. We float the arms up so they're parallel to the floor. We inhale to go up and over to the side. We're trying to keep this arm fairly straight, and we're leaning over, but we're keeping the opposite hip down. Breathe in, exhale to draw back, reaching out. Inhale to go up and over to the other side. Exhale to draw back, floating the arms up. We're going to do 1 more to each side. And draw back and take it up and over. And draw back and reach. And now we're going to take the right hand onto the left knee. We take the other arm behind us. We look over the shoulder for a little rotation there. And we come back to center. We take it across to the other side. Draw back to the center. Lower the arms down. Well done. I'm so grateful that you were able to join me today. If you enjoyed the video, please press the like button and leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. See you soon.